In June 2007, 3 teenagers in Ukraine brutally killed 21 people one after another. At first, people thought they were serial killers, but actually, they were teenagers under 20 years old from wealthy families. They filmed every murder and uploaded it to the internet. In addition to 21 people, they also killed many animals, including cats. In one video, for example, you can see how the 3 boys from Ukraine stab a man lying on his back in the forest in the eyes and stomach with a screwdriver, and then smash his brain out with a hammer. During this violence, you can hear the victim letting out a terrible scream. But the boys even laugh in between. After the incident, the boys ran amusingly to the car parked at the forest's edge. They put the murder weapons in the car and washed their hands. Furthermore, in another video, for example, they kill a pregnant woman and cut out her fetus. By far, these videos were some of the sickest on the internet, and it's hard to watch as the victims beg them not to do it. By now, they have confessed to the murders. The reason for the disaster was simply that they wanted to experience something they could remember later. How these boys could commit these murders without any scruples is something a normal person cannot understand. The videos are remarkable for the intense anger and hatred shown in killing the victims, who, according to research, are innocent and unconnected to the perpetrators. On November 22, 1987, unknown people hacked into 2 Chicago television stations. Everything was normal until 9:14 post-meridian, when the television picture suddenly flickered without warning. In WGN-TV's control room, the on-duty technicians stared at their monitors' empty screens. From their studio at Bradley Place, they first transmitted the television signal to the antenna of the 100-story tall John Hancock skyscraper, which was 7 miles away. From there, the signal was finally transmitted to tens of thousands of households across the city. Time stood still as they realized that their signal had just been hijacked by unknown individuals. The eerie intruder wore a grotesque mask with sunglasses and said things that made you think. His sarcastic humor and eerie appearance frightened people. The identities and number of people involved remain unknown. To influence the John Hancock skyscraper, you would need incredibly strong signal waves, which no one at the time could have generated. The question of who was able to suppress television signals for such a world-famous broadcaster to that extent makes us feel small. The person quickly became a cult figure, and people managed to suppress the horror and impossibility of the event. This website is deemed the most bizarre on the internet. Starting with the slogan, "This website is anything but normal." Among other things, there are various texts that are so confusing that you quickly leave the site. Looking a bit further, you'll discover videos linked within the words. In the video peanut.iv, for example, you see 2 people and a dog in the kitchen for half an hour, and after this half hour, the man feeds the dog a sandwich. Whether this video really makes any sense is unclear, but it goes on. In the video Jumbo AVI, you see an overweight man wearing a creepy clown mask performing pantomime for 5 minutes. In the last 30 seconds of this video, this man suddenly starts to cry in a very terrifying and sad way. The video Stumps AV takes the inhumanity even further. Here, a man without legs is forced to break dance in a similarly dirty room as in the previous video. After 5 minutes, he looks exhausted into the camera, begging the man behind it to stop. But the cameraman angrily orders him to keep going. In the video called Privacy, audio-video interleaved, the same man is seen at times wearing an ugly mask, walking around on his hands. In the last seconds of this video, an as yet unidentified animal can be seen walking through the corridor, or rather, possibly fleeing from something. Among videos where an old woman kisses a rubber doll or someone licks a sink while blindfolded, there exists one last extremely brutal 18-minute video called Useless, audio-video interleave. In the video, there is a blonde woman whose arm and eyes are tied and whose mouth is taped shut. After 7 minutes, the animal from the previous video is let into the room. This animal is a completely shaved and painted red chimpanzee. This chimpanzee was starved almost to death, as you will see in the next few minutes. Because after the door is locked, this animal smells the woman in the room and starts to eat this defenseless woman alive. The video ends with the sight of the chimpanzee full lying on the dead, half-eaten woman. Elisa Laerm from Canada died in January 2013 during her stay at the hotel in Los Angeles in a very mysterious way. Elisa's body was discovered only because hotel guests complained about black water and its strange taste. Elisa's body was found in the water tank only because of these complaints. It had been floating there for 3 weeks. With Elisa's body not revealing the cause of death, the search continued. And the police found a video from her elevator, which made everything even creepier. In the video, you can see the young student fleeing from someone or something and pressing all the buttons in the elevator, but for some reason, the elevator doesn't respond. She behaves in an unnaturally strange way, which is evident just from the impossible faces she makes. Later, she moves in ways a normal body shouldn't be capable of. Elisa was not recorded again after this video. The strange thing is that after she leaves, the elevator goes to the selected floors, one by one. It is also impossible that Elisa got into the water tank in an explainable way. She would have had to get through a double alarm-secured locked door. And it's also physically impossible for her to close the tank lid by herself after getting inside. The autopsy showed no attacks on the student. She also hadn't taken any drugs or had any mental issues. For years, strange noises or screams have been heard in almost every part of the world in a peculiar way. No one can really identify who is making this sound or how they are causing it. Kimberly Wookie, for example, wakes up on the 29th, August 2013 because of this roaring and records it. Some people believe that these sounds mean something when played backwards. Maybe even, in the broadest sense, a kind of message. Or whatever. There are speculations about this topic, but none worth mentioning. Humanity is faced with a complete mystery, so I don't want to say much but would rather let the videos speak for themselves. But there are videos that are even more uncanny and groundbreaking. These will most likely change your worldview. For purely principled reasons, you shouldn't watch the video that just ended or the even more disturbing one that's coming soon after sunset. Because human beings develop a sense of insecurity in the dark, which can lead to sleep problems. Thank you very much.